Well, hello there and welcome to my big Legend of Zelda unboxing extravaganza. So I have before me a gigantic pile of stuff for the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm so excited. Somewhere buried in this pile is actually the game, the collector's edition of the game, along with basically all the other goodies they've released. And I'm so excited. This pile has been slowly growing throughout the day, and I'm ready to open it. So now I do know which box is what thing just based on where it came from and the weight. So I'm going to be opening these in a certain order. I'll be saving the collector's edition box for last just because I want to. Alright, so we will be starting with this. Let's move the rest of these over here. Big pile of stuff. All right, so here we are. So this is the pre-order bonus for the collector's editions. So I ordered my collector's edition through Best Buy because that's the only place it was available when I was trying to order it. And Best Buy had a, not my favorite pre-order bonus in the world, though to be fair, it was better than the Target one. So let's open that up. Come on. Oh. Bubble wrap, and there we are. So the Best Buy pre-order bonus for this game was this beautiful art print of the main artwork. Now, as the pre-order bonuses go, I would have actually preferred the GameStop one, but it was such a pain to get the collector's edition from anywhere. I wasn't going to try and get it from GameStop instead of Best Buy. It's just once Best Buy was available, I immediately went for it. And there it is. So it's a very nice high gloss image, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to be a matte image, and it's in a nice little cardboard frame. It really is very good looking. Now, it would have been nice if there was some sort of stand on the back, but I can easily make some sort of stand, or, well, I might frame it, but actually I think I'll probably make a stand and sit it probably here, you know, somewhere on this table. But it is very nice looking. I am happy I got it. All right. Now let's move on. Now, this is being the free pre-order bonus is obviously not any of the main attractions. The next one we will open is this one. So this is one of the two items that I got from GameStop. Why I got this one from GameStop, I don't know. I could have gotten it from anywhere, but I got it from GameStop. So, in here we have the new Tears of the Kingdom edition Nintendo Switch carrying case. Now, I wasn't going to get this originally, but I decided that I probably should because I do have a carrying case for my original Switch, but I don't actually know if the... so I know the OLED is slightly larger than the original Switch, and I didn't know that if the OLED would fit in my original carrying case. So I decided to get this one even though I wasn't going to. This tape is stupid. This is some me-proof tape. Come on. There we go. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, that opened up really easy. All right, here we go. Alright, so let's see. It came with screen protectors. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, it came with an OLED screen protector and a regular Switch screen protector. I don't know if I'm actually going to ever use this because I've never had a problem with scratching on my screen. I mean, my original Switch, I was careful, but I never really thought about the fact that the screen could get scratched, so I wasn't overly careful. I never had a problem. So I might put these on. I might not. You know what? Maybe I will for the OLED just because of how expensive that was. But like the original one, I'm not going to use that screen protector. And here is the case itself. Ooh, wow, that's nice. So here's the case itself. So I don't know if the camera's there's the camera's focusing. So I didn't realize. So you have the gold circles, spirals that we still don't. Well, at least I don't know what they are in the game. On the back, we have the Ultra Hand symbol and some just Zonai designs and stuff around. But it's not focusing very well. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that it had the Hylian crest here, which I really like. That is very nice. Now, the one thing I will say I don't like about this and any of the Nintendo-produced cases that there's no handle. My case that I have for my original Switch is a nice leather Zelda one, and it has a handle on it. This doesn't, which is kind of a letdown, honestly. But it's fine. I'm not disappointed. It seems like the type of thing that they should have had. So when we open this up, we have here a little stand that we can prop our Switch up on if we're playing in tabletop mode. And we got some slots for, I don't know what this pouch would be for, but we got slots for games, which is awesome. So yeah, this is a really nice looking case. I mean, honestly, surprisingly, I actually kind of prefer how this looks over my original case. I mean, I wasn't going to get it because I was happy with my first case. But I actually really like how this looks, which I was not expecting. But all right, so I am happy with that purchase. I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, next up, this one. So this was actually a weird thing so this was one of the two things I got from Best Buy. I got this and the collector's edition from Best Buy. So as part of the hype and building up of trying to get the collector's edition of this game, I joined a Discord group and we were talking, trying to support each other and giving each other tips on how to try and get the thing. And most of us in the group ended up getting the collector's edition, and it was great. So we were all then comparing over the last couple of days the shipping and how it was being handled by Best Buy. Most of us got it from Best Buy during the March 1st release. So my collector's edition shipped via UPS from Best Buy. But then some people's collector's edition shipped via FedEx from Best Buy. And then this is the weird one. This shipped via a service I never heard of before called Roadie, which, as far as Roadie, I think it's called Roadie. As far as I can tell, it was basically like the shipping equivalent of Uber. So I just thought it was bizarre that Best Buy was so inconsistent with how they were shipping everything. And then even like the collector's edition that I got came from, I think it originated in Ohio, either Ohio or Kentucky. And the art print originated in California. Best Buy needs to get their stuff together. That's all I'm going to say. Now, unfortunately, I don't like how they packed this because it did actually, I can see, bend the card. But I have the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Link Amiibo. So this is my very first Amiibo. I never was really that into them. I liked the idea, but I wasn't never going to use them in the game, and I wasn't really going to get into collecting until recently. Then I recently decided I wanted to start collecting stuff, and this seemed like a good first step because it's Link. Look how cool he looks. It's Link from what I'm sure is probably going to become either one of my favorite games of all time or ultimately my favorite game. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to open this because, well, first of all, I don't want to destroy the box, but also I don't know how much I would actually use it in-game. If nothing else, if I do open it, it'll probably mostly just be for display purposes because I think it would look a lot better being displayed out on a shelf rather than in the packaging. Especially if at some point down the road I collect all of the Breath of the Wild amiibo, which I'm thinking I might do. But yeah, so this guy is really good looking, honestly. Like, again, I've never been into amiibo. This is the first one I've ever got, and it might be the last one I ever get. It might not. I don't know. But I'm happy. Yeah, and unfortunately, the cards did get a little creased because they shipped it in a bubble mailer instead of a cardboard box, which kind of annoyed about, but what can you do? Okay, we are down to 2. So we'll save the collector's edition for last, and we will move on to this one. So this is the other package that I got from GameStop. And how the heck do I open this box? This is here, I guess I will open from the side. Oh yeah, that comes apart way too easily for comfort. So here we have the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Edition Pro Controller. So here's the Pro Controller. So now, story time, that when I first got my original Switch, I got 3 things. I woke up early on a morning, and I think it was 2019, woke up early, went to Walmart, and I picked up 3 things. 1 was my original Nintendo Switch. 2 was The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And then 3rd, I ended up actually getting just the standard black Nintendo Switch Pro Controller because I did not want to play something as big and exciting as The Legend of Zelda with those stupid little Joy-Cons. Because, I mean, I had tried them before, and I thought they were dumb. So, I thought it was only right that I would get the new special edition Zelda Pro Controller to go with my new Switch console and new Zelda game. So I'm going to open this up. Again with the stupid tape. Alright, so inside the box we have, of course, the charging cable. Very important. And here is the controller. Okay, wow, that is so nice. Stupid camera won't focus. There we go. Okay, so I love that. Again, we've got the same circle motif. So this has got to be pretty important because they put this on every piece of special edition stuff for the game. So it's got to be pretty important. And it is the same nice shiny gold that we have on the console itself. And then right in the middle there, we have the Hylian crest, which I love. This is such a nice controller. Yeah, so now obviously I did not need to get this controller just because I do, you know, my original Pro Controller works fine, but this one being the special edition Zelda, I thought I had to get it. Oop, let's get this peel off of here. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to plug this and charge it, but I am very much looking forward to playing through The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild with this beautiful, beautiful controller. Ugh. So happy I got this. Again, I was debating not, but then I was like, all right, I kind of have to, considering the circumstances of getting my original Switch. It felt right to do it again. And now, it is time to move on to the main attraction. This is a hefty box. It weighs about 6 pounds. It's very exciting. I have been really looking forward to this. So this is the first like big special edition thing that I've bought. I do have the collector's edition of Majora's Mask. I got a couple of years ago, new in box, but you know, it's basically just the game with a holographic label. This is the first like big collector's edition thing that I've ever gotten, and I am so excited for it. All right, let's open this up, and of course, besides all the goodies in it, the actual game is in here, which, again, I've been looking forward to. I've been following the development of this game ever since it was announced. I am so ready to play it. Let's very carefully, don't want to go too deep. Okay. Here we go. Up, and it's upside down. Okay, well, this is something I have not yet seen the back of this, but let's first take a look at the front. Box over there. There it is, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition. Okay, so first off, the logo is a nice, like, embossed logo, bright, shiny gold. And again, that same circle motif. I gotta know what that's about. Maybe it has something to do with those, like, crop circles that we saw in a couple of the trailers. Yeah, so I have not yet seen this on the back. I don't know if the camera's focusing. So we got the carving of Ganondorf surrounded by Malice, who I assume is Princess Zelda, and we got one of the Tears of the Kingdom. So maybe that is Ganondorf stealing the one that we see him using in the trailer. I don't know, but that is so cool. So you can see here it says includes game, art book, steelbook, pin set, icon art poster. So let us. Oh my gosh, this thing is so heavy. Let's open this up. Cut through the tape. It's interesting that Nintendo will tape everything except their consoles. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's do this here too. Pop the lid open without creasing it. I do not want this box to end up creased. Although this is being one of the more stubborn boxes I've had to open. You know what? A butter knife would do better than this, but whatever. There we go. That was honestly a challenge. Oh, here we go. I see some more boxes. All right, let's slide these out one by one. So here's the top one. what do we have? Okay, so here is the steelbook for the game and the pin set. So let's start by looking at these. We'll get to the rest of the contents in a minute. Oh, and the game itself. Okay. So, take out the steelbook first. Now, I'm not a big steelbook guy. The only one I actually have is for Lego Star Wars. But, you know, it's nice to have. You know, it'll look good on my shelf. Okay, so inside we have more carving. So we got Ganondorf leading an army of his minions to fight what looks like Hylian soldiers there. I don't know how well that's coming across on camera. And then, yeah, so on the front we have that same carving of the goat creature or whatever it is. Obviously, or I'm going to say it's some sort of Zonai. We've seen this carving a bunch. Surrounding it we have the Tears of the Kingdom and a bunch of people under it who I'm going to assume are actually meant to represent sages. So my theory, which, you know, I'm sure people already know by now because the game has been out for, you know, almost a day. I'm assuming that this guy and I would say these 6 are sages and each one has one of the Tears of the Kingdom. And then on the back we have that guy and Princess Zelda or Hylia, we don't know. That is very nice looking. It's a nice matte finish, which, you know, again, I was not expecting that. So that's really cool. Set that aside for a minute. All right, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get the game out of here. All right, we're going to lift this box up. Oh, and there's something under that. Okay. Well, we'll come back for what's under that later. And here is the game itself. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I am actually holding this game in my hands. I cannot believe it. I've been waiting for this game since 2019. It is so exciting that it's finally here. All right, so I am going to pop the plastic off of this real quick so we can take a look at the inside, see what kind of artwork they do, because Nintendo sometimes does some nice artwork on the inside of their game boxes. Other companies don't always, but Nintendo I've found usually does some nice stuff on the inside. And for something like this game, of course, they're going to go all out. It has that fresh Nintendo Switch game smell. Come on. There we go. Plastic, be gone. Here we go. Oh, and okay, so this is the same carving that's on the inside of the steelbook case. It's just slightly more zoomed in. And then there is the cartridge. Very basic. It's literally just the logo, but that's fine. It's such a small cartridge. Anything more than that would have probably looked pretty awful because of how small they would have had to make it. So there's the game. Next up, let us take a look at the pin set. Yes, I know the art book is in there. We'll look at that in a moment. But so now I've also not really collected any pins. The only other like pin sets that I've collected for any games are the Mario 35 pins from Mario's 35th anniversary. I cannot open this package. I cannot open this. Ah! There we go. That is such a nice, simple design. So this looks like the same. We've seen this Lotus design in a lot of the trailers. Most notably, actually, when Link was in a cave in one of the... Actually, I think it was in a commercial, not one of the trailers, that Link shot one of these Lotus things with an arrow, and it lit up the surrounding area of the cave. So those are obviously going to be, at the very least, some form of light. All right, so now, the pins themselves. So now, obviously, these represent in some form the new rune abilities, because if I recall, one of these symbols matches the symbol for the recall ability. So, obviously, they're going to, each of these will represent one of the runes. So, it's a very nice design. It looks honestly almost primitive, which kind of makes sense considering the styling of the game and like the Zonai architecture and everything. It actually makes sense that it looks like a primitive carving almost. Then on the back, I don't know if that's going to be able to focus on it. It says The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the back there, which is really nice. So now with these and the Super Mario 35 ones. I am going to have to make some sort of pin board. Probably will go like up there, but yeah, so I will be having these on display at some time soon. But since I don't have anywhere to put them right now, I will just put them back in the box. Those are really, I love that they look old and weathered. Like it really matches the Zonai architecture, at least from what we saw in Breath of the Wild. So that is cool. All right, now moving downwards, we have the art book. Now, as you probably know, this art book, the PDF of it, leaked online a month and a half ago. It was honestly disappointing when this happened. I was kind of actually a little bit angry that this happened. I was able to resist the temptation to look at it. I was sorely tempted, but I did not look at it. Now, I will open this up right now, and I will look at maybe the first 2 pages, but I don't actually want to look at it too much before I actually play the game, in case I'm sure there will be some spoilers for the game. I don't want that, so I'll only look at maybe a page or 2, play the game, and then I'll come back and I will love to look through this entire thing. This is going to be so nice. So let's get this plastic off of here real quick. And yes, it does slightly hurt my soul to open something like this, you know, this whole collector's edition, but I have never been a sealed collector. I don't collect sealed things at all. Like, I recently got some old Bionicles that were still sealed, and I opened them up and I built them because it's nice to display them built. So, while it does hurt me a little bit to open something like this, at the same time, I want to be able to enjoy it, and enjoying a sealed box on a shelf is not really my thing. So there is the book itself. So it's got embossed the same Ultra Hand design that we've seen. Now, I don't know if any of the stuff around the Ultra Hand actually means anything, but we've got that. And we've got the same Zonai squiggles that we've had on a bunch of other stuff, and of course the logo in nice gold. Then on the back, ooh, what is that? That is an interesting design. I don't remember seeing that anywhere yet. Obviously, it's going to be important. Maybe this is something of one of the other abilities. I don't remember what they showed. Similar to Ultra Hand, it could be another one of the new abilities. I don't know. All right, so I'm kind of nervous, but I will open this up and look at maybe the first page or so. Let's move this out of the way for now. All right, I'm going to look at maybe 2 pages, and then I'm going to close it up and play the game before I look at any more. So here we go. The same spiral design. That's got to be important. And Ultra Hand. Okay, so we have Link standing at the opening to a ruined temple. I'm going to assume this is the opening of the game. And then here we have the glider, and looks like modifications to the gliders. Now I don't know what this says, but looks like they added some sort of birds to the front of the glider. I don't know if maybe that's to help it fly better, maybe. And then we got these tassels, which you saw in all the trailers, to help you see what direction the wind's blowing, as obviously you're going to be flying much greater distances in this game than you did in the original. All right, I'm going to go 1 more page, and then I'm not going to look at anything else. Okay, so now this is interesting that this is in Japanese. This here is in English. But it's interesting that this is all in Japanese. I'm going to have to get one of those apps to translate Japanese to English just by pointing your phone at it so I can actually see what that all says. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But we have on this page a beautiful illustration of Link with his fancy new arm. And so these look like snow boots almost, and wearing the same new tunic design that we've seen him in all the trailers. And then here is this is going to be fun to fight these things. So taluses with bokoblin camps on top. I don't even want to know how they thought of doing that, but it's going to be really fun. All right, it pains me to close it. I really want to look at the rest of this, but I don't want this to spoil the game, so I'm just going to close this up. It will sit on my table here until I play the game, and then I would love to look through the rest of this. Maybe I'll make a video looking through the rest later on after I've actually played the game. So we'll set that over there. Now, continuing on through the box, there's, if I recall, only one more thing. So what do we have here? Okay, so this is instructions for the poster. I did not know posters needed instructions, but evidently they do. Okay, basically, don't damage your wall when applying the poster. So that's fine. I will be very careful when I hang the poster up, probably right there. And here we go. I've never seen one of these icon art posters before. I've never had, I don't really have many posters in general, and none of them are actually hanging up. So, steel poster. It's that same carving that we've seen before. On the back here, nothing really interesting. And let's open this up. It is black. Obviously, this is just holding it, keeping it safe. I would assume there's nothing else under this. Probably not, but it can look in a moment. Let's close that, set that aside, and take a look at the poster itself. So this is the same beautiful artwork that we have on the cover art, and we've seen everywhere. So, okay, so this magnet is, oh my gosh, that is such a strong magnet. Alright, so I will probably not actually use this. I'll probably use a 3M command strip magnet instead to hang this, just because that one seems like a bit of overkill. And yep, there it is. So yeah, it's the same artwork that we have on the cover art and on the art poster that came with the collector's edition is the pre-order bonus, and actually this is what I currently have as my desktop wallpaper on my computer. But yeah, so that is such a nice thing. So yeah, I will definitely be hanging this up probably right next to me, but yeah, I'm not going to use the strip it came with since it says it's a really strong adhesive. I don't want to risk damaging the wall, so I'll probably get 3M command strip magnets, which will be more than adequate to hold this up since it doesn't really weigh anything. Alright, well, so there we have, in various pieces, the entire Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition. I am so happy that I was able to get this thing. This was an ordeal to try and get, because, again, like I said, because of scalpers and bots and poor inventory and purchasing control on retailers' parts, this was just a huge pain in the butt to get. I spent weeks stressing over this. I had already had a pre-order of the original standard edition. Actually, I got that pre-order back before they raised the price, which is, it was kind of nice. I ended up giving that to my cousin. But yeah, so it was actually kind of funny. The day that I was able to secure this pre-order, I had already decided that I probably wasn't going to be able to get this in the US. I saw there was one store in Australia that seemed to just generally have them in stock. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll get the Australian version. I have my standard edition pre-order, and I'll be able to get it. I'll be able to eventually get the collector's edition and all the goodies in it. Later that same day, March 1st, Best Buy decided, hey, we're going to put out there a whole bunch of these that you can purchase, and they were in stock on Best Buy's website for like half an hour. It was fantastic. And like I said, I was part of a Discord group that was a whole bunch of us trying to get this collector's edition, and most of us managed to get it during that drop for Best Buy. It was fun. And actually, it's been pretty fun today, watching as everybody's getting all their Zelda goodies. It's great. But yeah, so I am so happy that I was finally able to get this beautiful collector's edition. Now, I am just realizing now, I can't fit all of this in frame. I was going to, but I can't. Here, let's see if I can figure this out. It's not rocket science. This is, put that there, and we got our amiibo, and we got our beautiful carrying case, and of course the art print, which again, it was free, but it is very nice. although I will say it pales in comparison to this beautiful poster, this beautiful steel poster. So there we have my amazing haul of Legend of Zelda goodies. I am so excited about this game. Again, I've been following the development of this game since they first announced it. This, honestly, it feels very special to me because this is the first new Zelda game since I've really got into not just the Zelda series, but gaming as a whole. I mean, there was Link's Awakening, Switch came out, but that was just a remake, and there was Skyward Sword HD, which again is kind of just a remake or more of a remaster. This is the first brand new title since I really got into Zelda and gaming, and it just feels so special to me. I can't wait to play it. I've already planned out my entire, all day tomorrow is just going to be a Zelda gaming session, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, so what of this stuff have you gotten? So, obviously this was, I will say it was kind of expensive, especially also getting the console with it. This was kind of expensive, but it was special. It was very special to me. I felt I needed to get this. I don't usually purchase all of the collector's editions and goodies and controllers, and I don't usually get all that stuff for games. If anything, I will just get the game, but this was a special occasion. So what, if any of this, have you gotten? Were you able to get a collector's edition, or were you just content to get the standard edition? Now again, I was fine getting a standard edition, and then they announced this, I'm like, all right, I kind of have to get it. So I was able to actually send my standard edition to my cousin, which felt good, saved her $10 since I got it before they raised the price. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And until next time, so long.